Okay, thank you very much, Nati. At this point, as we may know, Nataka may be associated to many professional bodies and associations, but specifically, internal audit awareness month, which we saw in last month. Can you please tell us more about the awareness month of internal auditors?
Thank you, Ndate. As we have rightly mentioned, last month, which was May, is actually International Awareness Month for internal auditors. And the crux of the matter there is that every internal auditor globally is recognized, and they are supposed to teach people, to tell people, to make those awareness in their organizations and everywhere about what is internal audit. That is what it is. Maybe as we are just starting the month of June, I still have opportunities to say something about internal audit. You are going to see my article that I have written, that I'm going to throw into many platforms where I have talked about the value of internal audit. In particular, I have indicated the problems that can arise where the internal audit is not there, or where the internal audit function is not effective or is not recognized. There are many scandals that have happened across the world, whereby you'll find that some of the things should not have happened had there been internal audit. Some have been picked by internal audit, but it was a bit late. And my message really to everyone, especially into my country, it's about time that we are aware of internal audit. And it's about time that we value it. It's about time that we support it. I always say to people, I've seen many good and excellent initiatives that can add value in terms of the economy of this country, but because they are not built on the pillars of the corporate frameworks, corporate governance frameworks, and risk management, they are failing. People would come together here, set up the company, a very good one, sell shares, and it will be excelling in terms of sales and growth. But if we are not aware of the internal controls, you'll find that really it is not sustainable. And then while we had a good initiative to fight the elephant in the room, which is the poverty, which is the unemployment, but then we are not reaching far because we leave the corporate governance and risk management behind. And internal audit is a good driver for that. Let me make a classic example that I will not want to mention any name of the company, but in this world, we all know that one of the companies in 2008, there was a scandal whereby finance was not managed well, whereby there were frauds, and really internal audit couldn't pick that. Then it was ineffective. In fact, the auditors could not pick that. Mm-hmm. So it means they were ineffective. And because here we are talking about the big company, which have employed many people, which has a lot of cash, a lot of asset, a lot of liquid asset in it. And its collapse really affected the whole world. And that was bad. Mm-hmm. That was bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when it comes to internal audit, I think it's about time that we value it, mm-hmm. so that we will see our companies growing and achieving the objectives that we want them to achieve.
And that we thank you very much. Tell us more that we want to know, as part of being associated with the Institute of Internal Auditors, being an internal auditor, can you please tell us how was the awareness in the country?
Yeah, well, I've seen my fellow internal auditors really trying, and I remember one video that I saw from one of the organizations whereby really they were trying to tell people there what is internal audit. I've seen on the social media, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, people really writing, even your WhatsApp. Nowadays we have a big group of WhatsApps, and people were putting some things on their statuses to indicate what is internal audit. And where I'm working, as I told you earlier on, that I'm working at a state-owned, I also really did something, because I wrote the article that was about telling them how we are working, so that at least they know how we are working and what is it that we are expecting. And as I said, I'm also going to throw the article, even though the month of May has passed, but it's still related to that. Even this video that I'm making today, I'm also going to pass it into social media, so that people will see and understand what is internal audit.
Okay. And as we conclude, can you please tell us what is the value that internal has on corporate?
As I said, the main important issue about the corporates is that they want to grow, and they want to protect their assets. They want to protect their brand. And if the processes in the background are not up to scratch in terms of the controls, then there is a problem. Let me indicate again that where the corporate governance is not really steady or is not up to scratch, there is a big problem. Where there is a disregard of risk management, there is a problem. So all that is the duty of internal audit, to see to it that there are systems of controls that are sound to assist organizations to achieve their main objectives of protecting the assets, of growing the assets, of achieving the level of good corporate governance that is acceptable. And that will at the end bring the sustainable growth. And nowadays we are talking about many things. We are talking about like your environmental, social, governance issues, and the internal auditors should be aware of that. They should be the key advisors. We are also nowadays facing the risk of the likes of cybercrime. So we must also be technology savvy from where we are. We must be able to choose the right tools, the tools that we can use. We can mention the robots that can help us to audit, and also where the robots are used to perform the organization's activities. We must be able to audit them. So there is a lot that is really here for us as internal auditors. And there is a lot that the organizations, the corporates can actually achieve with the good use of internal audit.
Wow, this is very interesting. Now, as I'm concluding that with the last question, what can you say to this young generation or aspiring people who are struggling to find ways on choosing their careers? E le hore le bona batho ba iphumana ba le boemong bo re mona ga le bua tatela ka buana re le ditse go fitlhela mo re di mona le teng ka tsela ya bophelo gobane le bona ba bang re hata ka ile mo ha re bona go tsara ba o ka re tsa ba tatela qaulwe mana mo re teng mo re qetile le lona re iphumana ka bophelo.
Yes, no, I think that's a very critical question, and one would say it's $1 million question actually. motho hohle ma teng ntate Thabi o tlameha a tsebe hore na o batla ho ya kae. Ke hopola motho a mo graduate motho a neng a fa mangolo ha etsa speech on 5 years down the line, where do you want to see yourself? And it's very critical that we give yourself time and go and think about what would be your passion in this life. And the picture now, where do you want to see yourself? Nna ke be ke re ha o so fumana bona hantle ntho no e batlang nna ke o bo e tlohele boteng ka bedroom ya hao tsa tselle ha o tswa o e shebe. And thereafter, every step you take, everything that you do on daily basis, it should be towards your goal. E re ke tle ke bue fela ke re ntate ha o sa tsebe hore na o ya kae o tla fihla mo o sa tsebeng. And mo o sa tsebeng e ka nna ba o tla fihla mo o sa rateng. Ko re tle ke be ka kgutshwana ke re fela o tla fihla mo o sa o ipha menyetla e mengata ya go fihla mo o sa rateng. Bona tjena re bona batjha ba rona ba bangata, some of them have joined the dirty dealing groups. And if you can really make some investigation, you'll find out that some of them were not even aware. So it's very important that one thinks about his or her goal and make sure that every day, every time she or he is working towards that goal, your goal should inspire you, because it will be something that you want to be. That's all what I can say in that.
Okay, Nadira Kawan, thank you very much, Nati, for your time. We really appreciate that.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.